I hope you guys are doing well. So today we'll be learning service level agreement, which is called SLA as well. Okay. So uh, first let's recap what we learned in our last session. So from last two sessions we are learning about routing and how we can handle the rejections in the flow. So basically first we learn the routing, and then if any rejections is happening, then how in that kind of a situations we'll do that routing. I mean, again, we'll send the case back to the user who has initiated that request. Okay. And today we'll be learning service level agreement, SLA. So SLA is one of the very important feature in any of the business requirement. Okay. Okay. Oh, so yeah, so as I was saying, that SLA is very one of the very important feature in any of the business requirement. Okay, so what we do with this SLA? So SLA defines like any task completed within a particular time. If that is not happening, that what action we can take. So that is service level service SLA. Okay, like we hear this. Okay, so the delivery SLA is 2 days. Okay, or that this task like approval SLA is 2 days, something like that. So we always hear this in our real time example. Okay, that let's say if you're going to a government office, also people will say, okay, for this particular work the SLA is 2 days. If that work is not getting done within the 2 days, you'll get the refund or something like that. So that is the SLA. So in Pega also we use that SLA, okay, to handle this kind of a situation. Okay, so maybe if I just show you the definition of SLA. So let's come to that like the Pega Academy and read the definition of SLA. So establish a work completion deadline. As I was saying, that like it defines like when the work will get completed. Okay, so organizations often establish service level agreements to enforce on time performance. On time performance, that yes, that person should complete that time within that time period. If that is not happening, then company has people can take some actions to that, like against that person or against that company. Otherwise, like what will happen if we do not put any SLA in real time example, okay, or in real life, then what will happen? People will never complete any work on time. They'll take their time. Okay, and they'll delay, like kind of that kind of things will happen. Okay, these obligations range from informal response time promises to negotiated contract. Okay, so in simple terms, there should be a deadline defined for each and every work. Okay, so that is called SLA, and we can find SLA in like all kind of a businesses, be it's like either we're purchasing on purchasing something on the Amazon, or if you're like going in a banks for account opening. Okay, or like in any organizations if you're raising a leave request as well. Okay, so what kind of SLA we use in Pega? Okay, so on a high level, if we see, we use like four kind of SLA. Okay, stage level SLA, steps level SLA, and then case or work or overall SLA, and then we have assignment level SLA. So we'll go one by one. Okay, but if you see, I have like highlighted this two. Okay, because we mostly use these two kind of SLA. Okay, case and work, or or the overall SLA, and then the assignment level SLA. Okay, so let's go and review. Okay, what is the definition of each SLA? Okay, so if I go back to again Pega article, so here agreement. Okay, what it does, it defines that like from the creation to resolution. Okay, from end to end. Okay, uh, if any case is getting created in Pega, so that SLA starts from the beginning to end. Okay, till resolution. So that we call the case level SLA. It's like we are traveling from one place to another place. So starting from that place to end place. So that is like kind of an entire destination. Okay, for the entire destinations we call that work level or case level SLA. The second one is that the stage level SLA. So if you see here, this is the stage level SLA. Okay, so this is configured on the stage. Like let's say in a stage we can have multiple steps. Okay, so all the steps should be get completed within a particular time. Okay, so that we can configure as a stage level SLA. Okay, and then we have a steps level SLA. So steps level SLA, or we can say the process level, or that the flow level. So this is basically in a steps. If we have like 3-4 steps, okay, so or 3-4 the like the assignment, so that should get completed within the defined time period. Okay, and the last one we have is that the assignment level SLA. Okay, so this is very important one. Okay, because mostly in most of the cases we will be using this one. Okay, case level SLA and then the work level SLA. Okay, so this is very much important. So what happened in this one? So let's say if you're traveling from one place to another place. Okay, so from starting to end journey, that we called as a case level SLA. And then, like, if you're traveling, then if you're traveling by train, right? So that the schedule for that, like, okay, at this point of time, okay, we'll reach to this station, and the next station will reach to that time. Okay, so that is like a kind of assignment or the assignment or the task level SLA. Okay, so that particular work, okay, should get completed within the time period, so that only we can reach end goal, okay, on time. Let's say if you're not reaching on one, like, let's say the train got delayed in one of the, like, between one or two stations, then you are not meeting the time. Okay, so then it will be very difficult to meet the time for the entire destination. So right, so this is like assignment level SLA for each task when we are performing a manual task. Okay, so this is that assignment level SLA. Now if, like, now let's come to our applications, leave application, and see where all things we can do. So in case level SLA we can configure for like a entire case, okay, from beginning to, from creations to resolution. And then steps level SLA, let's say this one, this approve request, so entire things gets completed. But yes, in this one we have only one assignment, so it doesn't matter much. Okay, that is where I'm focusing more on the assignment level SLA and the case level SLA. So if you see, we have the options to here configure goal and deadline. Okay, so we can configure using custom SLA, or if you have any existing rule we can apply. Okay, and then if I click on a stage also, we can see we are getting an options to configure SLA. So we can configure SLA. Okay, again here we can select a rule or we can do custom, so we'll go for that also. Okay, so now I'll show you one SLA. Okay, so in this example, okay, how our SLA will fit, okay, in our leave approval request. So how our SLA is fit is, let's say you submitted a leave request. Okay, and then your manager should, like your company have defined that either your manager should approve your leave request or reject within the 24 hours. Okay, so that is like kind of a SLA, so that we can configure on this assignment level SLA on this approved leave request. Okay, if let's say if that is not getting approved, okay, then so that is like a kind of a goal. So the goal is, okay, that he should approve within the 24 hours. But if he's not doing, what we can do on goal, okay, so we can, let's say within 24 hours, if he's not approving, we can notify him, okay, that please approve your leave request. Okay, and then the second is the deadline. So deadline is like kind of, okay, within that time period that work should be done, or like let's take some action. Okay, so what actions we can take. Okay, so like in SLA we have a defined time, okay, goal, deadline, and then we have a past deadline. Past deadline is that once deadline is crossed and we want to, so past deadline we can perform multiple times. So we'll see in our SLA rule. Okay, so in goal, let's say we are notifying our manager that, hey, please approve my leave request. Okay, if he's not doing that, we can define 48 hours. Okay, that we can define as a deadline. And in deadline, if he's not approving, we can reassign that case from his manager, like from manager to senior manager, okay, to whom he is reporting. Okay, so that like some actions will be taken care. Okay. And then past deadline, so maybe in this scenario, in this business scenario, we will not be using past deadline. Okay, so let's go ahead, and before going to that, we can see how the, like, okay, so there is one more thing. So in SLA, basically what we do 2-3 things. One is that we take some action, okay, on reaching or meeting the goal or deadline. Okay, what actions? Like we can notify to user, we can reassign that case. Let's say if manager is not performing, okay, within that time period, we can reassign to senior manager. Okay, or we can take some other action also. So we can write our own code. Okay, so depending on our business scenario, we can do that. Okay, and also we increase the urgency. So urgency is a kind of a numerical value which defines, okay, that what is the urgency of your case, like what is the priority of your case. Okay, so let's say that highest urgency, okay, that means the case should get like the case should be taken care, okay, on the highest priority. Okay, so like these are the things that is where we use urgency. Okay, and we have urgency, two level of urgency also. So case level urgency and then assignment level urgency. So case level urgency is again that urgency for that entire work, okay, and assignment level urgency is for particular task. Okay, so let's read the definition also. If you see here, urgency is a numerical value that brings visibility to the unresolved work in your applications. There are primarily two type of urgency. So again, like I was highlighting two type of SLA. Okay, so again this is talking about the same case urgency. So case level SLA and assignment urgency is just assignment level SLA. Okay, by default what happens, the initial urgency of an assignment is equal to the case urgency value, and by default the urgency is 10. So Pega sets by default the case urgency is 10. Okay, and that gets added to the assignment level SLA as well. Okay, so let's review this table quickly. Okay, so if you see here, we have a start, okay, and then we have a goal and deadline. So here time interval is 0 hours, and then this goal is 48 hours, and then this deadline is 72 hours. Okay, so initial urgency, as Pega, like as we read here, read here that the initial urgency is 10. Okay, so initially we are not increasing any SLA urgency, but still the value will be 10. Okay, after meeting goal 48 hours will be increasing by 10. So then our total urgency will be 10 plus 10. So this 10 and this 10. So total is 20. And then after deadline, okay, again we are adding 10. Then it will be 10 plus this 20. So equals to 30. Now let's see this, how this time works. Okay, so this is where the most of the people get confused, that how SLA times works. Okay, so focus on this one. So if you see, let's say if you are starting on SL on Monday morning, okay, so that is like a kind of a 0 hours. So your goal will be Tuesday and then Wednesday morning, okay, 8 o'clock. Let's say if you are starting on SLA on Monday 8 o'clock, okay, then the goal will reach on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday morning, and then the deadline will reach on Thursday morning. Okay, so this what happens, sometimes people get confused that 72 hours from the goal. No, this will be from the beginning only. Okay, so it won't be like Wednesday and then 48 hours is Thursday and then Friday. No. Okay, so sorry, from the let's say the goal is, okay, let me write here so you'll understand very clearly. Okay, so let's say Monday we are starting 8, and then so this is our, and then goal is 48 hours. So then when the goal will meet is Monday to Tuesday morning, 24 hours, and then Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday 8 a.m. okay, that will be our goal, and then deadline. So deadline, so then deadline is 72 hours. So this will, when this will meet is Thursday 8 a.m. okay, it won't be like Friday or Saturday, like one second. Thursday 8 a.m. So it won't calculate from this one. It will calculate from the Monday only. Sometimes, so this is where I have seen that most of the folks get confused. Okay, so don't get confused. If it is starting on Monday, then 48 hours goal is Wednesday 8 a.m. and then the 72 hours deadline is Thursday. Okay, so this deadline, this 72 hours will not start from this goal. Okay, so this we need to understand. Okay, sometimes I have seen that many people get confused and they will start after 48 hours. So basically they will start that, they'll start calculating deadline from the Wednesday 8 a.m. okay, so if they'll calculate, then it will be like a Saturday. Okay, so that doesn't work like that. Okay, so that is very important one of the very important point. So now let's go ahead and one more thing, so that how we use this urgency. So we are increasing this urgency, but where we will use this? Okay, so this urgency will we use in get next work. So if you see here, okay, so what is get next work? So get next work is a Pega out of the box feature. Okay, so it's provide functions. Okay, so basically a button. Okay, on that button we'll click, that will call get next work functionality, and it will give you the highest priority work. Okay, so let's say in your queue you have a 5 case. Okay, and then 5 case. Okay, and then the first case has the 90 urgency, second one has 80, then 70, then 60, then 50. So then first case when you will click on get next work, the first case you will get is that 91, then you'll get 81, then you'll get 70, and then 50. So that will be like that. It will be like that. Okay, so the highest urgency case will picked up first in the get next work. So if you see here, that is what the Pega is saying. The Pega platform get next work functionality assigns high urgency task before low urgency task to ensure that the assignment finish on time. So basically, like, work should get completed on time. Let's say you and your friend both submitted. Okay, you submitted on Monday and your friend submitted on Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, so for your case the urgency will be higher because you have submitted your leave prior than, like, before then or prior than, like, your friend. Okay, so that is how we calculate the urgency. Get next work favor the assignment with the greatest urgency between two or more assignments that user can perform. So that is what I was explaining. So now let's go ahead and create a very simple, like, assignment level urgency. Okay, so we can create urgency, we can create SLA from the case, from the assignment, like from that, like, case type. Okay, or that, like, app studio. Okay, so what we'll do, okay, we'll try to do it from the app studio only from first. Okay, so we'll go to app studio. Now I'll open that case type, and this is where we'll configure the assignment level SLA. Okay, so we'll click on goal and deadline. Okay, and then I'll select, let's say I don't have any SLA, so I'll select custom SLA. And then in place of goal, so we cannot wait for 24 hours, so I'll just give 1 minute. So I will give goal as a 1 minute, and then we'll try to increase urgency by 10. And then what actions will take? So once the goal will not meet, we'll notify to assignee, okay, to whom it has been assigned. Okay, and then we'll use the default message. We can compose our message as well. Okay, that this is a subject and all, but for now we'll use the default message. On deadline, what we can do, if he is not approving within that time also, we can reassign. Okay, so we can reassign to senior manager. So we can see I have created another operator ID called senior manager. So what in deadline we can give, instead of 48 hours, we can give 2 minutes. Okay, so now I'll save it. So once I'll save it, in the back end, what it will do, it will create a rule. So you can see here we are getting a link, open SLA in Dev Studio. Okay, so we can go in and review our, like, SLA rule as well. But before going and doing that, let's create and see how this SLA will work in real time. Okay, so we'll launch the portal and we'll create a case. So before doing that, what I'll do, I'll log in with manager 1, and I'll show you that once I'll submit it. Okay, so okay, so you can see that here there is one case is already present, so I'll just submit it, so we'll not get confused. Okay, so I'll just approve it, so that will not have anything in our work list. Okay, so see, there is nothing. Okay, so now I'll create a case. Once I'll create it, will go to manager for approval. So let's create a case. So launch the portal, create a case. Okay, so leave app. Okay, I'll just fill the data. So I'm just giving some random value. Okay, and then create. So now we created that. So one case came. So let's refresh this screen. Okay, so we can see one case is there. Okay, and also we can see that due from 2 minutes. So basically the deadline is saying 2 minutes because we configured 1 minute for goal and 1 minute for deadline. So let's see what will happen. Okay, in 1 minute. Okay, so we can review the case from here also. Okay, so we can just refresh from this our, like, developer portal for. Okay, so just wait for a minute. Let's see what changes will happen. So basically in a minute it should send a correspondence. Okay, so basically we have not given the correct email and address and all, so it will get attached. The correspondence will attach here. So we'll just wait for a minute, and also we'll review the history. So you can see that, okay, nothing. So we have just, like, assigned to we have sent sent to manager one, so his name is author, so that is why it's coming author. Okay, with the status pending approval. So that is what we can see then the history. So and the timing is 7:16. So let's wait for a minute. So we'll refresh. I hope it would have got saved. Okay, so see, it got processed and we can see here that one mail got attached. Okay, if I just click on open this mail, okay, it's saying that dear author, the case ID has been passed the goal, its status is currently pending approval. So we can configure this message or on message, okay, and send it to manager that you have to approve that leave request. And also, so this as like SLA is processed by the Pega agent, so that is where we can see the name of that agent. Now if you review the history, see, it's saying that executing SLA action, because we have like what actions we have given, that if that it is goal is not getting approved, okay, like the case is not getting approved within the goal time, then send in notifications or correspondence. So you can see that it's tried and it attached that correspondence. So that is where we can see. Now if you wait for another minute, the case will move away from the manager one and it will get assigned to senior manager one. So let's wait for that. So see, now that case is gone. Okay, that case is no more here. Now if I log in with senior manager one, we should see that case there. So let's log in with senior manager one. One second, I'll just copy the user ID. So see, that case came here. Okay, see, so this is what we have configured. Now let's go back and review the rule. Okay, so what we will do, we'll click here again and open that SLA rule. So you understood what happened. In a minute in goal we send a notifications and still that case didn't got approved. So then we take another actions on deadline and we send that case to senior manager. Okay, from that queue, from queue of that manager is gone, from the queue of the manager is gone, and the case has been assigned to senior manager for like for approval, like for the action, so that he can take action, either he can approve or reject. Now let's review. Okay, few of the things we can see here, that see, amount of urgency we are increasing 10 on goal, and then on deadline also 20. So if I go, okay, because we have assigned that case to assigned as work list, so we can search here that case assigned as work list and we can review that urgency, total urgency also. Okay, so if you see, this was the case senior, it has been assigned to senior manager, and see the 30, because on goal we increased 10, on deadline we increased 10, and by default Pega added that value 10. So total urgency we can see 30. Okay, see, for the other cases we can see 10. So if I'm doing a get work, okay, and if I have this much cases, then I should get this top cases with the highest urgency one first. Okay, so now let's go back to rule again. So here we can see on action, so this is like the action. So when your SLA is not getting, like when your case is not getting approved within 1 minute, so this is the goal time which we have given, so then notify to assignee. Okay, so this is what we did, and on like in 2 minutes deadline we gave that, okay, reassign this case, okay, to senior manager one. Now a few more things we will review in this SLA rule, because once you'll understand this SLA rule, you'll be able to configure SLA for case type, okay, for case level SLA, or you can able to configure for stage steps. Okay, so let's review this. So this is the initial urgency. Okay, like one thing is that Pega is giving initial urgency for your case level, so that is like the 10, that you can also modify. On top of that, if for this task, if you want to give a heads up, okay, like initial urgency, let's say you want to give 5 or 6 or like 10, that also you can give. So this is like initial urgency. The second field is assignment ready, when the assignment will be ready. Okay, so like the moment you are like assigning a case, from that moment only you want to start the SLA or you want to wait. Let's say you are raising a leave request okay, on on weekends. So definitely the SLA for the manager 24 hours should not start from okay immediately, because our work day is from that like Monday. Okay, so you can configure that SLA should start on Monday morning. Okay, so that how you can do, either you can delay by time if you know the exact time, 2 days, this much hours, that you can do. But usually in real time applications we doesn't give the value on time delay like directly like this. We configure dynamically define a property, so that value will come from that some property. So let's say that property will hold the value from the Monday morning. Okay, so then assignment for that manager, assignment will start Monday morning instead of if you have submitted on Saturday, instead of Saturday. So that is the assignment ready. And then this one, how you want to define that goal and deadline time. Okay, so one is that interval from when assignment is ready. So basically we can give days, hours, minutes. So as I explained, so these kind of things we usually configure from the value. Okay, because this data will come dynamically. So see, the moment I selected this one, this became grayed out, and we can just give a property. So we can refer our property, whatever the date time period will be there from that property, that will be our goal time. Okay, and then again the same in deadline. And in past deadline, so let's say we want to do some recurring things. Okay, so past deadline we use that kind of situation. So let's say like in each minute, so in each hour, if the case is not getting approved, in each hour just keep increasing the urgency for 2. Okay, so instead of selecting any actions, you can just give let's say how many time. Okay, limit past deadline event to, let's say you can say 5 time. Okay, and 5 time you want to execute. Okay, and you can just give 2 minutes. Okay, on each 2 minutes you can say that urgency increase 2. So that is like, and keep sending an email. So it's like reminding something. Okay, keep reminding. So that is how we can use past deadline. Okay, so this is it for that like understanding of that SLA rule. Okay, and here we have few more options also. Pega have given, and we can take multiple actions also. It's not that we can take only one actions, we can take as many actions we want. Okay, and we have few out of the box actions. So we can see notify assignee, notify manager, okay, notify party, transfer, and then we can run our activity as well. We can apply data transform as well. So many more things is there. So depending on your business case, you can configure what actions you want to take if that case is not approved within that time period. Now we'll understand a little bit more how this urgency gets calculated. Okay, so to review that, okay, what the best idea would be, I'll not explain much, but what you can do, Pega have given 2 declare expression. Okay, declare expression, so that declare expressions helps to calculate the urgency. Okay, so just go to declare expression and search with urgency. So if you see here, we have a few. Okay, so I would say to review this one, px urgency assign. So px urgency assign will help you to review that assignment urgency. So you can see set assignment urgency. Okay, and one more thing, so the urgency value lies between 1 to 100. Okay, so let's say if you have configured a business rule which is exceeding 100, okay, so then Pega will not add, like it won't go beyond 100. So the max urgency it will be 100. Okay, so even after 100, if you're adding something, it won't get added. So the 100 is the maximum. So that is where you can see that 100 is that max. Okay, so this helps. So you can review this. Okay, declare expression, that how Pega calculating urgency assign. Okay, one more thing is there. Sometime we have to adjust that urgency also, assignment level urgency or work level urgency. So for that one, we use py urgency assign agent. So if you just set some value to this one, okay, some business case we use this. Okay, so if you just set some value to this one, Pega will fire this. Okay, this px urgency assign, because any value will changes to this property, Pega will fire this declare expression and calculate the urgency. Okay, so to adjust assignment urgency, you need to remember that you have to set value on py urgency assign adjust. So this is for assignment urgency calculation. Now we'll just see for that work level urgency calculation. So this handles for assignment level SLA also, case level SLA also, and stage level SLA also. So if you see in this one also, we have that property px urgency work adjust. Okay, so this also helps to increase our kind of adjust the work urgency. So let's say if your case is sitting in a work queue and if you want to adjust suddenly 10, okay, so that this case get picked up in the next only. Okay, so then you can adjust using this property. Okay, so you can review this one. So basically simply go to declare expression and search with px urgency, you'll find this, and then you can review that. Okay, one more thing, so we learned here that yes, we can set we learn here, if I come to case type, we learn that yes, we can set the stage level. Okay, on the stage, if I just select a stage, we can set here. We learn that we can set that value on for a flow level or steps level. We can set again, we are seeing goal and deadline, and for that assignment level we can see here. Okay, but where we'll set for that case level SLA. So in case level SLA, what we do, we have a py SLA name property. Okay, in that one we have to set in default data transform. Okay, py default data transform. So let's go back to the class. Okay, so here what we have to do to set default SLA, we need to go to data transform, and the data transform name should be py default. So if you see in previous class, I explained that this works like a constructor. Whenever case gets created, this data transform gets called, and it will set all the property which will set here. So we have a property name, out of the box property name, py SLA name. SLA name. So in this one we can set our SLA name. Okay, so we can create SLA rule name and we can set in this one. So let's say we can set default if you have a default. So this is one important point which you need to remember. Okay, this should be set for that case level SLA. Okay, now one more things we'll do, we'll just open this flow and see, like we have configured the assignment level as SLA, right? So you can see here that this icon came. Okay, so basically that means we have configured that SLA. So that, let's say if you're not comfortable with configuring SLA from that case type, you can configure from the flow also. And if I just click this, okay, in the properties panel, we can see that last day this SLA rule was not there. Okay, if you remember, now today we have created, so see that SLA rule came here, and we can open that SLA. Okay, and so that will open that same rule. Okay, so this is it for today. I hope this will give you some like background on that SLA, and you'll be able to implement in your application. Okay, so that's it for today. So thank you very much. Have a good day.